What's going on, everybody? Welcome back. Today we're going to be talking about Underworld and how they are just an absolutely bonkers team on war offense. And I'm starting by showing some footage against Heroes for Hire here. This is actually a really big punch up. And while I'm just kind of talking about my experiences so far and what I'm planning to do with testing more with this team, so far, like, I'm pretty much beating everything. And this is like tier 14 Underworld. We're punching up against tier 15, tier 16 war defense teams. The one thing I haven't really nailed down yet in terms of fight is going to be Darkhold. We're trying to do some testing to see what we can kind of figure out with that team and try to see what we can min-max and figure out how much we need to invest in the Underworld team to finally beat a tier 16 Darkhold team. So we're kind of fine-tuning that. You won't see any footage against Darkhold today, but we're going to see footage against some of these other teams here. And just this team is just absolutely bonkers on war offense, beating everything. And yeah, this is one of the better war teams we currently have right now. We'll see how things turn out with War Dog and the Undying team as well. But if you guys do enjoy this video today, make sure to hit that like button, share, and subscribe. And let's go ahead and start by talking about how what my Underworld team looks like. And this is where I've got them built at right now. I've started to kind of push them up a little bit as I'm getting ready to see if, like, maybe tier 15 allows me to beat a tier 16 Darkhold team. And so, like, most of them are levels, when I did the recording, most of them were level 75, tier 14. And I haven't really done any more T4s. This is where they're at right now. In terms of T4s, I have the special, the ultimate, and the passive on Mr. Negative. I'll probably do the basic T4 as well at some point because of that bonus damage per summoned ally. And for his ISO, I did originally start with Skirmisher, and honestly, like, there's really no need. He gets so much boost in focus. I thought, like, because he was going to be such a low star level, he was going to need that boost in focus, but even against, like, a Heroes for Hire team with a huge bonus to resistance, and against Darkhold, I'm not really having trouble landing negative effects with him. So I'm going to likely switch this from Skirmisher to Striker. That way you get that Striker-Skirmisher combo, that triple tap going on with Taskmaster. Allows you to do a little bit more damage. Next person up here is going to be Taskmaster. This guy's kind of the engine for the team. Like, his passive does that bonus speed bar at the start of the fight. We obviously want to keep Skirmisher on him because he's always assisting. He does some decent damage, and he's also able to clear and copy positive effects with his assists. So, Skirmisher is the best thing to go for him. Obviously, you do want the ultimate T4 here because it's applying blind and heal block. And you really need this T4 because this is how you're getting blind on the entire enemy team with that passive. With that ultimate T4, and then always gain assists now on each mercenary villain and Underworld ally's turn with his passive. You really do want that. Obviously, you want the bonus damage with his assist here because he's always assisting, so more damage on the assist with the T4 on the basic. Kingpin, tier 14 again. I have Fortifier on him. This is like the first character I actually have Fortify on because of his passive. Let's see, where is it? Trying to remember. Yeah, at the end of this character's turn, if this character has a barrier, apply speed up and offense up to all summoned allies. It's nice to have, but, it's getting a nice little buff. You can do Raider on him because you do get crits with the barrier, or you do get barrier with the crits here, but it also relies on you getting him to assist. So it's kind of sketchy. What you can do, possibly, is do like a Striker thing on him where, Taskmaster assists and then he follows up and maybe he crits with this, but, it's not guaranteed. This is why I like Fortifier on him. You get that guaranteed barrier on him at the end of this turn. You get that offense up and speed up on the summoned allies. And obviously you do want the ultimate T4 as well because it's offense up to all allies and self and always gain assist from a random ally. The Crime Lord here, it summons 3 bodyguards and applies Safeguard itself at all Underworld allies. That's big. And then, also the bonus focus and resistance with the passive for Kingpin as well. Green Goblin, just 1 T4 on him. That is on his passive, just for that bonus max health and armor for Underworld allies. Once we go for testing with Darkhold, I'm probably going to do the special T4 as well because that does a lot of bonus damage, especially on stealth targets. That's going to be pretty big for Darkhold. Fire and Brimstone and the basic, they're a nice little damage boost, but I'm not really going to worry about those right now. I do have Striker on him because, you know, he does a lot of damage, and you also want to boost that damage on that special. That special, you really want to kill someone with that, especially on against a Darkhold team. That's why I've got Striker on him here. And then finally, Nobu, no T4s, but if I was to do some T4s, I'd probably do the ultimate here because of the 2 counter instead of 1 to 2 counter. That's going to be big for Darkhold. Unseen Army, I guarantees 3-hand ninjas, but Shadow Strike is not a, you know, you do get a nice little damage boost here, and always apply Stealth to self and the most injured ally. It's okay, and then plus 5% chance to revive for hand and Underworld allies. That's trash. I wouldn't bother with that. Now, I do have Skirmisher on him. I would probably... See, yeah, I could probably do Striker on him as well. That's a nice thing with the always assists with Taskmaster. I could probably do a Striker on him as well and get the triple tap. But you're also doing a lot of summons. You're doing a lot of counters. You're doing these abilities that don't attack the enemy team. So, you know, you're not going to get the Striker going for a while. That's why I've got Skirmisher on him, because at least you have the counters to kind of feed things in the meantime. You do have assists going around with this team, and because they're blue ISO Skirmisher, they are gaining bonus attacks on their assists as well. So that's kind of where I'm at right now with their ISO. The only one I'm really set to change is going to be Striker to Mr. Negative. The rest of them I'm feeling pretty good about, but you know, as we're doing Testament Darkhold, we'll see how things pan out there. So, moving back to this fight with Heroes for Hire, we start this over at the start. You can see this is almost a 300k punch-up against Heroes for Hire. And this has a tier 16 Shang-Chi. And what I'm pretty much going to do is use that Shang-Chi to my advantage, where I'm going to use the special for Mr. Negative to mind control, and also possibly get ability block and trauma. If I can get trauma on Shang-Chi, this fight gets a whole lot easier, because then I don't have to worry about dropping him low on health and then he automatically clearing negative effects. I have tried this. If I do get trauma, it's much easier, but it's still very much manageable if you don't get trauma on him. So there we go. We're getting blinds on characters, and really surprisingly, there's not a lot of it's not hard to get blind on these characters. I was surprised. I figured, you know, maybe we need the huge boost in focus like we had with you know, your Dark Hunters and Morbius, but really it's not really an issue here. But we're gonna basically take out Luke Cage, because we need to get rid of him, because he's just gonna taunt. We don't have a way of getting disrupt on him with this team and trauma. So, you know, we've taken out Luke Cage very quickly there, and now we're gonna kind of carry or kill out some of these other characters here. Now, your summons from Mr. Negative, they do reduce the speed bar on Mystic characters with their basic, and they also reduce the enemy speed when they get killed. So, you know, or reduce the speed bar on the enemy team when they get killed. So, you know, we're gonna just kind of let them build up here, but also you don't want to summon too many right away, because what's gonna happen is Misty's gonna basically just kill them all here in a second. But, you know, in the meantime, we're gonna slowly kind of chip down some of these characters. We're gonna try to finish off Shang-Chi here. We don't want him starting to do his special here. So here we go. We're gonna stun him here, but it's gonna clear here in a second, which is fine. But we really want to kind of do the damage. There we go. Continuing to work on Shang-Chi, and yeah, now we're just going to basically use the ultimate here. No need to really worry about the clearing the revive once, because none of these guys have revive once. That's with Dormamu. The revive mechanic with Heroes for Hire is through charge. So clearing the revive once is not going to do a thing here. But there you go. Shang-Chi's done. And now we're going to work on Misty. So Misty's going to kill all of the summoned characters here in a second. That's fine. Well, she almost kills all of them. There was one who resisted the removal of Death Proof, surprisingly. But yeah, there you go. Yeah, we're about to lose Mr. Negative here in a second. But, yeah, here we go. Trying to finish off Misty here. There you go. Iron Fist is done. But you can see we're just constantly clearing negative effects from the enemy team because of the passive from Green Goblin. And, yeah, this is still a little sketchy because of, you can see, like, it's a 300k punch up, but we're about to lose some characters here, and that could be an issue. But yeah, here we go. Doing some damage. This should just about finish off Misty here. Boom, done. So yeah, that's a solid punch up with this team. Yeah, you can see how much that punch up is. Like, that's not too bad for Heroes for Hire. So yeah, you kind of want to go make sure, get Shang-Chi to mind control, because Shang-Chi has the best damage on the team anyways, as it is. So Shang-Chi, mind control him with Mr. Negative. Looks like he's going to target Luke Cage. Whittle down Luke Cage, take out Shang-Chi, and then focus on Misty and Colleen, and you're kind of good to go from there. So here we go, Hero Asgardians, another 300k punch up, and it's kind of the same thing. So basically, your priority here needs to be Thor. If you get rid of Thor, the fight's going to be much easier. Thor is going to really kind of ruin your day because of all the summons that you have. They don't do as much damage, but because every time you're using them to attack an enemy target, they are going to build up charge on Thor. Thor is going to go nuts, so Thor has to die. Thor is going to be your main target here. So we're going to get trauma and ability block on Valkyrie, but you can see there, she targets Thor. We're going to get blind on the enemy team. At least try to. We did not get blind on Thor, which is not good, but because Thor has the highest damage on the enemy Asgardian team, Taskmaster will put taunt on him. So you will have taunt here on Sif because Thor is low on health, but because of Taskmaster's passive, you are free to go to target Thor and just take him out. Well, of course, then you have Taskmaster remove the taunt. Happens. But now you can hopefully try. There you go. There you go. Yeah. So now you're going to finish off Thor here. Boom. Done. So yeah, we take out Valkyrie. And because she doesn't have much in the way of charge, she's not going to do a lot of healing on the enemy team. So take out Valkyrie here. And honestly, what I could have done was put trauma on someone else. That was a bad misplay on my part, but here we go. Thor's done. And now we can work on Mighty Thor. We can work on Sif. And we work on Heimdall. But yeah, you've already got the two most dangerous characters on the enemy team gone now. With Thor and with Valkyrie. Mighty Thor can still be a problem. And you can see she's going to flip things here in a second. And that can make things a little dicey. But, you know, we've got a lot of buffs going around this team. And also because the entire enemy team is Mystic, the basic attacks from the summons from Mr. Negative are going to reduce the speed bar on the primary Mystic target. Now, Sif is skill, but the rest of them are Mystic, and, you know, it's great. Yeah, there's a lot of anti-Mystic synergy within the Underworld team because they're built to beat Darkhold. And so any other Mystic team by proxy is going to just absolutely get hammered because of those anti-Mystic abilities. Like, for example, Green Goblin on his passive applies defense down for 2 turns to Mystic enemies. So, you know, that's really great. But also, you know, we're going to show Tangled Web here in a minute. Tangled Web with Dormamu is a really big pain in the butt on war defense, and this team just absolutely demolishes Tangled Web on war defense. So, yeah, there you go. Let's see, moving on to Marauders. Nothing much to show here. This is a small punch-up. But this is so easy. It's over in a minute. You can see the timer here. It's a minute-long fight. We're just going to absolutely demolish them. So there we go. And this is a nice thing too. Like, you have the minus speed with Emma, but also I should mention I don't have the best positioning on this team, and that is intentional because I want to show that even though you don't have the best positioning on this team, you can still just absolutely demolish enemy teams. You really want Taskmaster or Mr. Negative to switch places here. You want Taskmaster all the way over here because that means the passives trigger and that you get the summons for both Mr. Negative and Kingpin before you trigger the passive on Taskmaster. Meaning that instead of getting 50% speed bar, you get 70% speed bar at the start of the fight. So that is something to keep in mind. I should have mentioned that earlier. But yeah, that's the point here. I just want to kind of show that, you know, it doesn't really matter. Like, this team is just so strong that even with the wrong positioning here, it's not a big deal. So here we go. Tangled Web. This is a Tangled Web team with Dormamu and with America Chavez. Significant punch up. 200k punch up here. And yeah, Tangled Web's really not an issue here. It's surprising. Again, because of the anti-Mystic synergies, you have America Chavez, Dormamu, Spider-Man Noir, and Weaver all have Mystic tags. And because of those anti-Mystic synergies, well, it's not a big deal. Here we go, offense up and defense up on our team. We're gonna get trauma and ability block on someone. I'm trying to remember who we go for here. I think, yeah, we're trying to get Dormamu out of the way, but we're going to... I'm trying to remember what I did here. Yeah, we did ability block. We don't want Spider Weaver. We don't want Spider Weaver using her abilities here because we don't want charge on her. But once you get that charge on her and the minus accuracy thing, it kind of screws with things. But yeah, mind control Spider Weaver, boom, and boom. Look at that, 430k crit on Dormamu. Dormamu's gonna go into stealth, and then that's just gonna pave the way for. I'm sorry, that always makes me laugh. Just watching Spider Weaver just mind control and just demolish the enemy team. She's got such high damage, and that's the beautiful thing with Mr. Negative. He uses that against the enemy team. It's great. I love it. All right, so 2033 is killed once. There we go. All right, so we're gonna reduce. Yeah, we're gonna take out Weaver. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, we use the stealth there. And it did not kill Dormamu. That's weird. But there we go. We killed Dormamu with bleeds or something. So that's fine. But you know, Dormamu never got to use his stun or his trauma. He's gone. But also Spider Weaver's now gone. So boom, done. 200k punch up against Dormamu and Tangled Web. Absolutely crushes them. Isn't that great? Moving on, Young Avengers, another 200k punch up, and trauma ability block on Squirrel Girl, and then just kind of go from there. It's easy cruising. This is like a 2-minute fight. Very, very easy. Huge punch up. I've been doing this pretty much every war since I did the recording. This is no problem at all. There we go. Yeah, we're starting at blinds, which is okay. I mean, the ultimate from Taskmaster is unavoidable, so blinds won't do a thing to him here. We'll get some buffs on our team. We're gonna get offense up and defense up. You know, that's did I summon here? I'm trying to. Oh no, this is the first time I was doing testing with Underworld, so I wasn't quite sure what to do yet. But yeah, there you go. Starting to work through Ms. Marvel. Get the counters on our team, and see if we can start working on. Yeah, there you go, Kate. We're gonna start working on Kate. Kate's kind of the biggest deal. We're not really worried about Echo because we have blind on her from Taskmaster. There we go. Yeah, use that special, do some nice damage, and that should be it. There you go. There you go. We get attacked. And now because everybody had counter, Kate Bishop's gone. Now we work on Squirrel Girl. Gets more attacks, but now we're going to counter. Oh, there was no counters on. That's right, can't be countered. So, there you go. Squirrel Girl's about done. Yeah. Echo chose a bad character to counter, or to attack. Taskmaster finishes her off. And here we go. Squirrel Girl's going to be done. And, yeah, it's pretty easy cruising from here. So, yeah, this team, man, like, even at tier 14, you are doing some solid punch-ups, not huge investments on T4s either. That's kind of what I want to show here, but also, let's talk this one. Weapon X. Now, this was the best Weapon X team I could find on defense at the time of recording. Stop playing. There we go. So, it's about 100k punch-up, but you can see it has a tier 16 Omega Red, and that's what I want to show. This team, basically, the way this team works is that Omega Red can't really do anything on his opening salvo, because he's forced to attack a bodyguard from the summon from here from from Kingpin, not Mr. Kingpin. So you can see this is gonna be a quick fight. You know, use the special there. We get trauma and ability block on the bodyguard, but okay, that's fine. It means the rest of my team's open here. And yeah, they're taking some damage here, but you know, we'll get blinds. So now, like this is one of the first counters to Weapon X was the teams with blind, like Brotherhood or Shadowland. Like if you could land blind with them, you were great, because this team just can't do anything when they're blind, when they have blind on them. Like, none of their abilities hit. Nothing on here is unavoidable, except for Silver Samurai. And, you know, that's why we took care of him really quickly. And now we just take out Omega Red. Done. Work on or Lady Death Strike. Lady Death Strike's done. Finish off Sabretooth, and now we're good to go on Wolverine. They die so quickly here. But yeah, man, Underworld, absolutely bonkers. And then one final team, Web Warriors. I mean, there's nothing else to say here. Unavoidable blind on the enemy team at the start of the fight. This is why Bionic Avengers is so powerful against them. The unavoidable attacks. You know, we're just gonna run right over them here. So yeah, blind on Spider Weaver, trauma and ability block. She's gonna attack, or not Spider Weaver. Oh gosh, I totally just forgot her name. Ghost Spider. Yeah, there you go. Boom, done. Defense down on the enemy team. Yeah, it's done. It's over. So yeah, this team, Underworld, absolutely bonkers on offense. Now we are gonna be doing some testing for War defense as well. I do have some ideas of teams that can beat them on defense. We'll be trying that. We are also going to do a dedicated video to show how you can beat Darkhold with this team. So do keep an eye out for those videos here in the very near future. Let me know what you guys think down below. What are you guys doing with Underworld? Are you guys building up this team? Are you guys too busy dealing with other teams? Let me know what you guys think down below. As always, thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure to hit that like button, share, and subscribe. I will see you guys next time.